I've just noticed, by the way, I've got a little rip on my t-shirt there. That's really annoying. Anyway, Scary Movie 6, yeah, it's trash. It's really, really bad. And that's disappointing for me because I actually like a couple of the Scary Movie movies. I think the first one is very, very solid. 2 is fine, it's watchable enough. 3, I actually don't mind. And then we don't really talk about 4 and 5, don't we? So I was interested to see this movie. I do like the Wayans brothers. I do think they have made some very solid comedy movies in the past. And then the trailer came out. And I'm going to be honest, my hopes for this movie just went zoop. I just didn't think that trailer was very funny. There was nothing there that really stood out to me, unfortunately. But I kept my fingers crossed, and I just hope that maybe we can get another really great parody movie. And I watched it just now. I know I'm very late to the party. I didn't really get around to seeing this movie. And yeah, wow, this movie was really, really bad. And the reason it's bad is because of the main complaint that you can give to any bad comedy movie. It is not funny whatsoever. There was about 1 in every 40 jokes that I laughed at. And surprisingly, the one joke that made me laugh really hard was a sex joke. And they're usually bottom of the barrel when it comes to comedy movies. Every joke this movie tries to make is either just not funny, it makes no sense, or it's parodying movies that just don't need to be parodied in a scary movie. And this is an issue that I have with the later scary movies where they don't parody scary movies, they parody action movies and drama movies. And this movie falls into that, which is shocking because the first 2 scary movies that were written by the Wayans brothers, they focused all on horror movies. So you expect this movie to focus on them as well. But they don't. There's a John Wick joke in this movie for some reason. As a massive John Wick fan, I just found that was really out of place. And this movie also tries to poke fun at movies that are already poking fun at other films. For example, they poke fun at the Terrifier films. I've never seen the Terrifier films. I'm never going to because they feature clowns. I can't stand clowns. I only just about dealt with that in this movie, I've got to say. But I know those movies are a parody of over-the-top slasher movies and B movies. So when this movie tries to make fun of that, it just doesn't really work because the joke's already been made. And you might be thinking, okay, but what about the movies that can parody, like The Substance and Smile and Longlegs? Those can easily be parodied, don't get me wrong. But they don't do a good job with it. In fact, I think the Substance one was one of the laziest jokes in the entire franchise because all it is that they put a needle into her lips. She gets really puffed up lips. And then Ghostface starts dancing around whilst he's stabbing her. Like, wow, what a joke. So innovative. And then the movie goes into one of my least favourite aspects of any bad comedy movie. It's the one thing that really pisses me off when it comes to comedy movies. And that's when they know that a joke they have made is really bad and they try and give the biggest wink to the audience. Small spoiler here. I know I've just given a couple of spoilers, but still, this is a big spoiler if you do want to see this movie. There's a bit where they parody the church scene in Sinners, where the guy comes through and his father's telling him, come, I'll forgive you of your sins. And they keep saying the word come, not the come here, but they say it in the context of the other version. So, come forth, my son, come, you shall be forgiven of your sins. Come forth for your brothers and sisters. Come for your family and stuff like that. They just repeat the same joke. And it's like they're saying, yeah, this joke's really corny, innit? But you got to keep laughing because we keep saying it. Guess what? I'm not. And that's the entire movie. That's just the entire movie. In fact, there is a literal 45-minute section in the middle of this movie where there is no semblance of a plot. And I know the plots of these movies are nothing groundbreaking. I'm not expecting them to be. But at least give me a semblance of one. But the middle section of this movie is just a montage of people getting killed in the backdrop of really recent horror movies with jokes that are not funny whatsoever. So you are just constantly confused and bored at the same time. And it just leads to an absolutely painful experience. When I was watching this movie, I kept looking at the time bar to see how long was left because I was just so bored. I just really wanted this movie to end. But let's end this review off positively because not everything's bad in this movie. As I said, 1 in every 40 jokes did make me laugh. Not belly laugh, other than that random sex joke, which, can I just say, the only reason I laughed at that was because it was so random and out there and I was not expecting it. It's just the lamest shock humor ever, but somehow it made me laugh. But things that I do like about this movie, I did like the performances, I do think the original cast coming back did a very, very good job, especially Marlon Wayans, who I just absolutely love this character, by the way. He was so funny. He was the purpose of the funniest joke in this movie as well. And I also didn't mind the direction of this film as well. I do think there was some really quirky camera movements, and I do think the cinematography at times was really, really good. There's a bit where they're in the final house of Scream 1 and Scream 5, and I really do like the multicoloured lighting in that scene. It was just really, really good. And it also fit the John Wick joke in that scene really well. Even though it wasn't funny, I do understand why the lighting was like that. But other than that, this movie was just really, really bad. I was bored. I was confused. I was hardly laughing. This is easily one of the worst scary movies. It might be the second worst scary movie, just behind Scary Movie 5. Nothing's going to top that experience, I can tell you that. But this one was nearly just as bad. So yeah, I was really disappointed with Scary Movie 6. And if they do make another scary movie, please actually try next time to make some jokes, because this was not it, man. I'm going to give Scary Movie 6 a 2 out of 10. And there we go, people. That is the end of this review. If you have seen Scary Movie 6, do let me know your thoughts on it. Did you like it? Did you not? Let me know. But I hope you all enjoyed this video, guys. Have a good day, and see you later.